Next guy never scored 20 points per game. But here at number 15, we're just on top of Kemba Walker. We have the future, a youngin, rookie, sophomore year. He's gonna come up, rookie of the year, John Morant, Memphis Grizzlies. Keep killing it, Ja. Damn, I only knew one got Ja before that. Way better than Ja Rule.
Yeah, I mean, better in different regards. But John Morant, a guy who coming out of college, a lot of people had high hopes for, but they didn't know if he was for sure obviously going to be Rookie of the Year. It was a pretty decent class, but it did seem like a guy who was really only going to be competitive in terms of being a scorer. But he really helped that Memphis team become a lot better of a team than they were.
Yep.
He was exactly what they needed, and I don't feel like in any regard he's a guy who's going to have decline. His 7.3 assists last year were definitely a pleasant surprise to go along with his point production. And super disciplined too as a rookie to be 54th in personal fouls for point guards. I think that's a huge stat because a lot of the times you have to adjust to the speed of the NBA level, and he's a guy who already felt like he understood the game at this level. So that's why I think he's a guy who maybe unlike some of the other rookies who have sophomore slumps, I'm confident that he's going to have a above average year compared to even last year.
I can't agree with you more. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Memphis. He's the type of guy who comes in and he made everyone around him better. That team was essentially the same team as they were the year before.
Yeah.
Whenever they got rid of they started the year before with a very functioning Gasol and Conley, and next thing you know, we're starting the next year. We have a rookie coming in. They traded away their two best players. They got rid of their two best players in the last 10 years, and he comes in and doesn't just put up Mike numbers. He beats essentially a career year by Mike Conley. So I think it's very, very good for Memphis. They're on the rise right now. He's the type of guy that makes everyone around him better. He's just going to keep doing that. Him, Jaren Jackson Jr. There's a future of that Memphis team, and I only see him rising in this list. A lot of the players on top of him are very proven vets that are going into later stages of their careers. And John Morant, we have no idea how good he can be. Literally no idea. He can be that good.
Yeah, and I mean a guy who, too, as a scorer, he was near the top of the point guard list in terms of field goal percentage. Anytime a rookie can come in and they can not only hit shots but do it at an efficient rate, I think that stands out a lot.
Handle the ball, no turnovers.
Exactly. He's a guy who his size doesn't necessarily affect his game either. He's not afraid to get down low. We know he's not afraid to take big shots. But like you said too, a point that a lot of people don't even consider, and even before making lists, you don't consider it myself either. That Memphis team had guys like Mike Conley and Mark Gasol 2 years
part of the season.
yeah, they didn't end up making the playoffs by the end of that year.
They were a way worse team that year, and they had essentially the same players around them.
Yeah, and then they get Jay Morant and they come in there and they're a playoff team again. So that obviously sticks to the fact that this guy had a huge contribution, not just in terms of being able to get other people involved and putting the ball in the net, but in terms of actually making it matter and actually performing in the games that mattered. And that's why I think we're both confident that Memphis is going to move forward in a good position. And I'm excited to see where they go because between himself, Dylan Brooks, JB, Jaren Jackson, Justice Winslow, Brandon Clark, they're a super deep team, and they're a team who I feel like I would be surprised if they even squeaked in as like a 6 seed or 7 seed. And a lot of people are going to be surprised, but we're not because we know how good these young guys already are.
Exactly. If anything, the Western Conference is not as top heavy as it once was. There's very little teams that actually have 3 stars anymore. Usually, most of them have 2 players, and Jackson Jr. and John Morant can turn into those 2 players for Memphis. And around them, they have other players that are very, very capable as well.
Kyle Anderson, definitely.
So like they're not a bad team, right? They have a bright future ahead of them. I definitely see very bright things for John Morant. I see him jumping a lot of these people in the top 15. I think people are going to look at this and go, is he really a top 15? But just watch him play this year. Watch Memphis. They're on the rise. They will be a playoff team next year.
Alex, how much do you weigh right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, 180.
John Morant
175.
John Morant is 174 pounds.
And 5'7", as I like to say, and my girlfriend says 5'6.5".
Yeah, so he's 6'3", 170. So obviously a guy who isn't necessarily the strongest guy, like we said, but as a rookie still finds his ability to score, which is just amazing in its own right. So I can't wait to see, even as he develops more just into his body, truly what this guy's going to become. I'm confident he's going to be 25, 6, and whatever it is type of guy, definitely.
And for our fans out there, don't I look good for like 135? Like I'm only 5'7". Come on, now I got no gut.
135. I heard 175.
175. That's what I mean.
Oh.
Don't I look good for 135? Gotta have that weight, but still be able to move around.
Nimble. Jake Paul, if you're looking.
I'll take him. I'll go in the ring at least. So move it